Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is July the 10th, 2018. Strong hand. Long-term thinking. Oh, we're going to talk about those things today. Deferral gratification, unconfiscatable. Hoard that Bitcoin. Offended by selling. No gatekeepers. Okay, this is where the big boys play. It's Bitcoin. It's cryptocurrency. It's time to just get into this. I'm not going to tell you to check out the links below. As you know, to do that, everything I talk about is in the links below. Get your Trezor, Ledger Nano, CryptoHWWallet.com. And at the Trezor link below, get your t-shirts like this cool one. I got all sorts of things down there in the links below. And disruptmeister.com, you'll get to see the archives, all my old videos. Check out yesterday's videos. There were 2 of them. I'm still in Calgary. I'm going to be in Red Deer tomorrow. I'm also visiting Banff, as some of you have recommended. But I'll be speaking in Red Deer. We're going to get into that in a second. So here's a tweet from Mr. Hodl. The awakening will happen for most people when they start pricing altcoins in Satoshis and not dollars. And he shows the symbol for Satoshis, which is this weird looking S, and the symbol for dollars, which is of course the S with the line through it. He's got a good point there. I think some of these, right now, we all value our wealth in Bitcoin, but a lot of altcoin pumpers and dumpers, they just look at the price in dollars, and eventually, it's just going to be, some of these altcoins are just going to be a few little Satoshis, and they'll just list them that way, just in Satoshis, and this is 100 Satoshis, and everyone will know what that means. Because Bitcoin will be, it already is what people list the value of some of these altcoins in Bitcoin, but it'll be in Satoshis even at that point, which is, instead of a percentage of Bitcoin, a singular number of Satoshis. Anyway, I think you get the point. Bitcoin is the king. And some people are going to realize it way too late. Hey, that's life, dudes. That's life. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. No, your altcoin is not the next Bitcoin. Hey, you can play around. Personal responsibility is a new counterculture. If you haven't listened to me, I guess you're never going to listen to me. But listen to me right this second and pound that like button. Okay, so next, Alistair Milne brings up some interesting news in a tweet. I always assumed that if crypto got big enough, the banks would start acquiring exchanges, custodians, etc. But what if the other way around? It's the other way around, and instead we, I guess being the cryptocurrency community, end up buying out the legacy financial system. So that's a very interesting question to start with there. People have thought that these banks early on are going to start, maybe they'll buy Coinbase, but how about if the opposite happens? How about if Coinbase buys a bank? And how about if a conglomeration of wealthy crypto people decide to buy a bank and turn it into something else? We might see that. It really is possible. But what is actually going on that he's commenting on is this. Charlie Lee says in a tweet, I'm excited to announce that the Litecoin Foundation and TokenPay have entered into a strategic partnership to buy a stake in a German bank, WEG Bank AG. We plan to work on many exciting consumer-driven crypto solutions. Stay tuned. Okay, so the Litecoin Foundation and some other cryptocurrency company now own a piece of a German bank. And it's linked to below. Charlie, the tweets I mentioned, Alistair's tweet is linked to below. The TokenPay press release is linked to below. I'm going to read you part of it. Recently, TokenPay Swiss AG announced its partnership with WEG Bank in Germany, Under the terms of the previously announced deal, TokenPay acquired 9.9% of the bank, along with options to purchase approximately 90% overall of the bank, pending the customary regulatory approval. Today, this 9.9% stake in WEG Bank was further transacted to the benefit of Litecoin Foundation in exchange for a broad and comprehensive marketing and technology service agreement to benefit TokenPay and its related cryptocurrency and business operations. As a result of this partnership, TokenPay and Litecoin combine as a leading force in creating and delivering to the market modern consumer-driven crypto fintech solutions. All right, so this could be the beginning of something totally different in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Stay tuned. We'll monitor that situation. Cryptocurrency buying banks. I guess banks aren't that bad after all you bank haters. If they become cryptocurrency-owned banks, who knows? All right. Remember, check out my Steemit page, BitcoinMeister. A lot of stuff posted on there from yesterday. And also check me out at TechBot on Twitter. I've been updating this Calgary Bitcoin Rodeo conference, which has been a pleasure. All right, NoPara73 has a tweet out there. I noticed privacy work in Bitcoin is gaining momentum. This time, it's not only research, but delivery too. Many exciting developments are in the finish line. All right. So that's good news. I want Bitcoin to become more private. Keep it up, dude. We all want that. And again, yeah, the regulators aren't going to like it at first. Bdiamond pointed that out, actually. But they'll deal with it, okay? Deal. Bitcoin doesn't have to, Bitcoin doesn't care what the regulators think. So, in Calgary today, I met a woman in charge of the Alberta blockchain consortium. She's actually, I was impressed by her Bitcoin knowledge and her technical expertise. She told a very interesting story. She had a boyfriend a while ago, and I guess it was around 2014 or 15. And she said to him, I want to spend $400 and buy some Bitcoin. And he said, no, don't do that. And then she eventually broke up with him. But I find that fascinating because, in some of my shows, I have given the scenarios where the woman tells the man, spend it on something stupid instead of buying Bitcoin. But in this case, the man was a total idiot and told the woman not to do the right thing. So, yeah, she's one of the 5% in our crypto community that's a woman. And yeah, I give her credit. And she's doing a good thing here in Alberta, trying to organize this up-and-coming community and notify the world about what's going on here. That the tax situation, they don't have provincial taxes or something like that. I'm no expert on the situation in terms of taxation, but I am knowledgeable now on the very libertarian type of minded people, independent-minded, personal responsibility as new countercultural minded people that I met here. And not only did I meet that lady, actually, there was another. There are a few more women out here than usual in cryptocurrency. I met a woman who came all the way from Saskatchewan, and I know that's not far away. But have you ever heard of a woman from Saskatchewan into Bitcoin? I mean, the things you see in person, it's amazing. So yeah, so maybe I'll get that. I'd like to get that Alberta lady on the show. Actually, I think everybody would enjoy that. And she might appear. We're working on so a lot of these people I met in person. I'm gonna talk about some other dudes. I chatted with some guys from Montreal today who were totally in motion. Oh my God. I mean, they came from Montreal to be at this thing. And they're doing some great work. And they were witness to a hilarious conversation I had with a guy who had really little to do with cryptocurrency. I'll get into that maybe on Beyond Bitcoin show. It's a long story. Pound that like button if you want to hear that. So again, there were a lot of great, Vortex was in town. He was Ken Bozak was in town here. Who else was still in town today? Rodolfo was, and of course, Benny, who lives in Calgary. So these are great personalities. Everybody really enjoyed all of these people. There were people coming up to us that, recognized us from our shows. It's very flattering. And the people are very nice here. Now, one personality who was not around was Andy Hoffman. But Andy had an awesome video today, and I'll link to his Steam it below. And it was talking about personalities in the space. And the really awesome part started around the 540 mark, if you can't be patient. And it talked about the smart people of Bitcoin, the good smart people of Bitcoin. And I was honored to be part of his list there. So check out Andy, and he is a good smart person of Bitcoin, of course, too. Andy Hoffman, who was, totally your precious metals dude, and he thought it all out, and he came to a logical conclusion that Bitcoin is the king, and he totally transitioned from the beginning of 2016 to now, totally. A lot of you guys only know Andy from cryptocurrency. I mean, he was a big time dude in the precious metals, and he evolved, and he's awesome. So he's a good person, and I thank him for that. Check out his latest, link to below. And of course, if you're a content creator, you Steam it. Okay, so some dudes that were a guy that I was talking to a lot today, and I mentioned he's from Vancouver. I mentioned him yesterday. coincards.ca and cryptoasylum.com. I linked to them below. Crypto Asylum is the site that sells the storage devices. He's a real nice guy, a good guy, and we'll get to know him a little bit more possibly soon enough. We'll see. And yeah, today it was a little different. There was like some ICO blockchain type people presenting. I mean, you can't stay 100% pure Bitcoin, I guess. And so during some of those presentations, I was talking to people. Again, there's Montreal guys, the Alberta blockchain consortium lady, and the dudes at btcsolutions.ca. They have, of course, Bitcoin ATMs. I've been they're in Edmonton. I'll be hanging with them in Edmonton. One of them is totally awesome, is giving me a ride tomorrow, and he'll be at the he'll be hanging with me in Banff and in Red Deer. And again, remember, Red Deer tomorrow is going to be the meetup there. I'm really excited to meet one-on-one with, real people. And some of them were actually at the event today and yesterday. But I know most of you have not even heard of Red Deer, even though it's the third largest city in Alberta. I know this show right now is probably 50% of the people watching this right now are from the United States, so they don't know Alberta. I'll give you guys credit. You're smart, but most people in the United States, they don't even know what Alberta is. And if you said Alberta is a province in Canada, they couldn't name one city in Alberta. And if they could name one city, it would be Calgary. And if you could name a second city, it would be Edmonton. So Red Deer, they would have no clue. But we've just drilled down pretty large. You don't have, if you're an American citizen, you don't have to know what Red Deer is. That you could be a 20%er and not know what Red Deer is. But the point is, they don't get too many cryptocurrency guests from out of town. It's going to be an honor to be there. I thank the dudes at btcsolutions.ca. I thank the guy for giving me a ride, and I thank the dudes in Red Deer for setting this up. And I've talked about them before. I'll talk about them some more afterwards, because we'll tomorrow. I might not be able to do a regular show tomorrow, but after the event in Red Deer, I'll tell you all about it and the dudes that made it possible, because they're very good. What else did we have here besides I linked, okay, and everything all these places are linked to below. All these sites are linked to below. And yeah, I got up at 5 a.m. again today and went running and did my workout. Great workout room here at the Marriott. This Marriott is awesome. I usually stay at Airbnbs and everything, so I haven't been at a classy hotel like this for a long time. Not that Airbnbs are bad, but this hotel is good, man. They got pilots, airline girls staying here. stewardesses. Anytime I walk, like every single time I've walked into this hotel, I see some airline related person coming in. There's just so much traffic. This is a big, I mean, it's across from the tower. The Calgary Tower is right there. I see it. Most of you don't care about what I just said. Okay. Anyway, so we'll move on. Pound that like button. The Cato Institute. You don't really hear about them much in cryptocurrency. Well, guess what? They're getting into it now. They're talking about ICOs, if they're securities, and much more. It is a long read. It is listed below. Should cryptocurrencies be regulated securities? Is the name. Okay, Cato, if you guys are stepping into this, you know this thing is getting closer to becoming bigger. It's think what you will about the Cato Institute, but if you are in for a long read, read that. You know what? There's I forgot to read somebody. You guys that are in motion that are sending me articles and stuff, I'm behind. You know who you are. I'm behind in getting back to people on emails. It's just it's been a hectic travel schedule, and you know when I come to these events, I stay at the events the entire time. Okay, I don't like you know, some people and you know, people have reasons why they leave after their presentation, or they can't stay both days or whatever. I stay both days. I talk to the people. I'm out there. Yeah, it's but so my time has been really dedicated to this Bitcoin Rodeo, and it's been well worth it because meeting people in motion is very inspiring, and I love talking about them, and I love to grow this space, and I believe in this province, and I think next year this event is going to be even bigger. They're going to be this was their first time putting on an event, and they did a very good job, and we're talking hundreds of people were there. And I mean, I don't know what the totals were, 200, it's hard to tell because there were different people there today sometimes, and there were walk-in people, and it was, but no, next year, I mean, this might be some primo thing that all you guys are going to have to come to that are watching this right now. But this is a beautiful city, very safe city. You guys are used to American East Coast cities. This is totally different here, totally different. So, you know, I spoke about crypto dividends. And one crypto dividend that you don't hear about that much anymore is Bdiamond. But you hear about it more than like the nonsense ones that were coming from Asia. Well, they just got pumped. They were pumped for some reason, and they are still working. So the BCD, the Bdiamond volunteer, I linked to his, he updates me. He's awesome. And so the update is they're working on a BCD Pay, and we are incorporating Lightning Network fully into Bdiamond's network on July 29th. You know, I linked all this stuff below. I mentioned this because the dude is proactive, and they've just pumped recently. And if they can actually get listed on Trezor and get split, then we're all going to be darn happy because we're going to get a bunch of free Bdiamond. And I would say, I mean, after Be Private, you know, and again, in terms of the straight up forks, in terms of the ones that have forked off, not airdrops, but in terms of the ones that have forked off, Bdiamond is the one people talk about a lot, and would expect to be listed on Trezor. I mean, I don't know if they're reaching out to Trezor. I don't know. I mean, we need. I'm mentioning Bdiamond. Okay, don't go out of your way to try to split this thing right now. It's still very. You never give up your private key, people. Never, never, never. I am waiting until Trezor splits this thing for me. But hey, they're newsworthy because they did just pump. I don't exactly know. You know, in Asia they pump things for random reasons. This is an Asian-based one, but they do have English-speaking reach out. I mean, you can check out the links below if you want to ask them questions over Twitter. They answer questions. So yeah, send me your events, and I will talk about them. If you are in motion, I will talk about you eventually again. I am busy here. You know, we talked about fiat price porn, how a lot of 80%ers just love it. They love to hear the price like every second of the day, obsess over the fiat price. I got to tell you, here at the Bitcoin Rodeo, I didn't hear anyone mention the price to me at any moment. I did not, you know, Vortex, Benny, and none of those guys came up to me and said, Adam, it's this much. None of these other guys that I've just mentioned, they didn't come up to me and say, Adam, it's this much now. Oh my God, it just pumped, it just dumped, it just did. You know, there were some non-fiat porn dudes here. very good, very encouraging type of stuff. Guys, be like these dudes. Keep away from the price. Do not obsess over it, or else you're going to panic sell. You're going to become a 95% loser trader, because traders do lose 95%. You're going to trade your Bitcoin in for some ICO altcoin. Don't obsess over the price. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. I feel like I'm skipping something. I probably am. Yeah, Philadelphia. Remember, Ken Bozak and Ken Bozak he is just like he is online, man. He's hilarious, dude. He'll be with me in Philadelphia at the CryptoCoinCon.com. $45 discount, $45 tickets below if you're in the Philadelphia area on August 18th. Again, so Red Deer, well, I'm going to be at Moxie's tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. It's the Red Deer meetup. And I will be in Los Angeles on August 10th at an event in West LA. And we'll talk about that as I get more information. I just know that I'm going to be there on August the 10th. Bozak might be there also. Okay, everybody, just pound that like button. Check out the link section below. I'm Adam Meister, BitcoinMeister, Disrupt Meister. Subscribe to the channel. Do all the things I usually say to do. I will see you tomorrow in Red Deer. Who knows what I'm going to come up with next. Bye-bye, guys.